VFR 750. This is a 1992 F model. I'm going to do rear brakes on this model. I bought these brakes online from online seller. Brakes cost me $8. Believe it or not, I'm not joking. Honda 88 through 98, they all should fit one set. You guys all know if you own a VFR, you have a center stand, that'd be great. If you don't, then you have to get a lift, and those lifts are complicated with the single-sided swing arm. That's the reason why I never went with the aftermarket exhaust. I like the stock exhaust. I mean, it's super quiet. I don't know why anybody would want to mess with that. But take your exhaust off. You get the hanger bolt here, two bolts that are mounted up to the exhaust system there. And you take your rear. The one thing you want to remember when you're removing your brake system is that there is one screw right here that is mounting to your elliptical hub. So you don't forget that that's a 12 millimeter. It's just like this one right here. It's, if you look really good, you're gonna see it down here. Just get your 12 millimeter, stick it inside there, and you'll be good to go. So 14 millimeter here. Don't forget to take the cotter pin off. What I do is I just kind of bend it up, use my my dikes and cut away and pull it out and just replace it with a brand new one. Costs you a few pennies. If your chain is out of adjustment, just be sure to look at my other video and I'll show you exactly how to adjust your chain on this model here step by step. Another thing you want to remember is when you get this caliper off your bike, well, before you get it off even, you want to show you a little trick that I used. It's not really a trick, but it may be just common sense to a lot of you, but common sense is not too common anymore. Anyway, this right here is what's gonna have to get loosened, and a lot of the times it's really sticky. There's a little cap here that covers it. I was thinking, oh my gosh, not again, because these types of caliper pins that are threaded like this, that go all the way through, and this is the only thing you have to loosen it, a lot of the times, good luck, it's gonna strip in there. But what Honda did was they countersunk this Allen and they made it out of brass, which is really smart, because it won't corrode in there and get stuck like a steel one would. You can access it through this little nifty hole that Honda has made for us right here. And what I did was I used this hole to get my Allen wrench. Stuck my old Allen wrench right inside that hole to loosen up that pin. Made it super easy. I'll show you some other stuff when I get this thing apart. Okay, once you guys get it apart, this is what it slides on. This 14 millimeter right here, that I can't really show you, but it slides right onto there. And the other one right here is sliding onto right here. Okay, the reason why I'm changing my pads is, if you look, these things are bald. What I'm getting right now is I'm getting to where my rear brake is dragging. I can feel it. I'm like, wow, it feels like I got the brake on, but it's not on. It's just dragging. I can feel it. It feels really weird. So if your brake is dragging, and I can feel it. It's coming from the back. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and change my brake shoes and brake pads, and then I'll let you guys know what's going on from there. All right. Okay, what I've got is I've got this thing. It's called Power Build. I don't know. I got it on sale for $8.99 down at the local auto parts CarQuest store. And what it does is you just leave your pad on in there, and then you put this in there, and it'll basically just crush that thing down again. You're gonna need the clearance to put your new pads in. Another thing you want to kind of remember to do is get some brake cleaner. I use some brake clean right there, and go ahead and clean this area before you push it in, because you don't want to push all of that dirt and grime and everything else into that area where it seats, because it'll damage the seal. And it's just a smart thing to do. Everyone, it's common sense. Aloha. So you use your disc pad spreader. You can use a C-clamp as well. I just bought this because it was just the niftiest thing I ever seen. It's cheap, it works well. You can use it for all applications, automotive as well as motorcycle, dirt bike, anything else that requires a disc brake. So you can get one at your CarQuest or any auto parts store, or even on eBay. I'm pretty sure they have it. Aloha. Now, as you can see, my disc calipers are completely compressed. I'm going to go ahead and release this, reinstall my brake pads, and be a happy camper. Aloha. $8 new pads. I'm not joking. I'll show you the receipt when I'm done. Aloha. Okay, you want to take that off, clean it up a little bit, make it nice. Clean up and lubricate your sliding pins. You don't need a whole bunch of grease on there. Just put enough so that this one, don't put any grease. No need. No need grease on that one. This one here, a little bit of grease, maybe a little bit too much I put, but that one is way down there, so I put a little bit extra. Okay, and then reassemble as required, and I'll show you that once I get it reassembled. You can see how worn out these things. I'm pretty sure these are original equipment. This bike's got 22,000 miles on it. So these are the original equipment. 1992 now. Aloha. Okay, so you put your new pads in. You slide one of your sliding pins in like that. And then I'll show you once I get the other side on and fastened. So what you want to do at this point of the installation is you want to position this slider where it's right in between the two pads. Then you're going to slide it in so those two pads will align with those two slots on your caliper guide. Once you've completed that, you can put your other guide pin in right there. You see this right here? This one with my left hand. You see that? Put it inside, and then you are ready for your installation. Be sure that you don't let this thing slide out, because the thing is you're gonna know. Alright. Aloha. This is what it should look like when you're done. I have to put a cotter pin in here, then I'll be completely done. The torque values are as follows. 20, you have two of those, one here, one inside here. This one here is 17. This one here is 25. How do I know that? I referred to my manual, and on my manual the 17 is right here. That's that pivot pin This is Newton meters. What that is. This is foot pounds. Right here is the 20, the 20 foot pounds. And on the torque rod, 25 pounds. And this is the receipt for the pads that I bought from Dennis McDaniel, and he's at maccycles_parts.com, and I paid $8, and he offered me free shipping. I don't know how Dennis can do it, but he did it for me, and he can do it for you. I hope this was informative. Like my page, subscribe. I'm a motorcycle maniac, and I just backyard mechanic. I'm nothing really special, but I hope you like my brake job. Aloha. Before I forget, this pin right here that locks onto the back, that one you're gonna torque it down to 13 pounds. This pin, this cap is torqued to 1.8 pounds. This is 18 Newton meters. This is 1.8 kg, 13 foot pounds. 2.5 Newton meter, 0.25 kg, and 1.8 foot pounds. This one is not a really big deal. I mean, you can just feel 1.8, but this one 13, I want to set it at that. That one is right here. You want to sit at 13. I'm going to go ahead and do that final set. I was going to do it by hand, but I went ahead and checked the manual and found that it was 13 pounds. Went ahead and installed my new cotter pin. Once I do that, I'm complete. Aloha. Okay, the final step is torquing your rear wheel. It's showing 110 Newton meters, 11 kgs, and 80 foot pounds US. So I'm going to go ahead and set my torque wrench at 80 and go ahead and torque my rear wheel. Now you ask how I'm going to do that. My rear wheel is off the ground. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold my back brake, my brand new brake pads installed, and go ahead and torque it that way. I know you knew that already. Just common sense. Aloha. The final item is your exhaust pipe joint and your muffler mounting bolt. Both of them are listed at 22 foot pounds. So go ahead and look at those. Your muffler mounting bolt 22 and joint 22. So you got 3 of them. That would be the final step in my process today. Working on my Honda VFR750 1992. Thank you for joining me once again.